Hi, friends. How are you today? It's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today with Ellie, my Yorkshire Terrier, and she is wearing her. We have a different Halloween costume because last week she wore, the other day, yeah, last week, last Friday, she wore her Minnie Mouse outfit, and today she's in I don't know what this is. It's a little it's a little hoodie. It's a Halloween hoodie, and she has on her little sunglasses, but they're getting kind of messed up there. How are you guys today? I hope you're doing well. If you're watching, today is the day before Halloween 2024. So that's why Ellie is all dressed up. I'm going to check here and make sure that we really are live. Oops, a little something happening there. Okay, let me just check on my phone. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Renee. Good, you made it. Jeanne, good to see you. Okay, obviously I am live, so I'm glad you're able to see. Um, Roz, yes, she is super cool. It's a little hard to keep that all straight, but this is her little hoodie that she wears when it's cold, and it's actually a Halloween hoodie because it's orange, and she might wear it tomorrow night if we have very many trick-or-treaters and the cold air is coming in. And when I put the glasses on her, she doesn't know what's happening. So she just really still because everything looks so different. We had a fun morning. We went out and did errands, and Ellie got to go. And we went for coffee, and that was fun. So we've had a very busy morning and an early afternoon. And so I know she's ready to take a little nap. Are you ready for a nap, baby? Okay, let's take those off, and we'll just put your little hoodie down. She has some cute pigtails. Show them your little cute pigtails. Let's see. Yeah. So how are all of you? How is the weather where you are? What are you doing? How are you getting ready for Halloween? Lori, good to see you. Yeah, Halloween is really actually scary for animals. And so we do watch her very closely on Halloween. She loves it when people knock on the door and everything, and she loves to run out. So I just hold her. I keep her in my arms so she doesn't run out. But she really likes Halloween. Um, so there is so much going on right now with Stampin' Up! And more when the month starts. Linda, good to see you. What you're watching from Pennsylvania. Thank you so much. So there is a lot going on, and I have a lot to show you guys and tell you. I don't know if you remembered a week or so ago, I showed a card that was made for me by my friend Denise with a Yorkshire Terrier on it. Well, you guys, she sent me the stamp. Here it is. Here's the Yorkshire Terrier stamp, and she sent me her stamp. And here it is. So that's why I went ahead and stamped that to show you. 72 and beautiful. Tina, good to see you. So isn't that just so adorable? I am so thankful. Denise, if you're seeing this, I don't know, I'm not seeing your name on here, but if you see this, definitely thank you so much. I really appreciate this. So some of you might get a card from me with a Yorkshire Terrier on it. That was so kind to send me that stamp. I'm really excited about it. Very, very excited. What else is new? Let's see. I wanted to just kind of highlight. I don't know if you saw my post yesterday or the day before. I made some of the Becky, good to see you. Linda, 70 in Pennsylvania. What a lovely temperature for Pennsylvania. The other day, I had a lot of fun making some thank you tags. Did you guys see these on my blog? I really just had so much fun making them. And I thought I would just bring them to your attention that you can make tags and tie big bows on them, and they're super cute. And I put flowers, things that I really love. And I plan to use these on thank you cards. So some of you might get them. You know, you just adhere them to a thank you card with dimensionals or glue. And I use three different colors. I use soft sea foam with fresh freesia. Put that over there. Thank you, Lori. And I used petal pink with crumb cake. And then I used our new beautiful basic beige with pretty in pink. Pretty in pink. Yeah, pretty in pink. You know, sometimes you make things and they're just so much fun. That's how these were. I just sat down and started making something I just love, just for fun. And a lot of times I have a goal in mind, but that was just fun. Johanna, good to see you. Thank you, Roz. Yeah, I just want to encourage you to sit down and make something fun. You know, just make something you want. No specific goal. You don't have to make it for anybody. Just make something fun. That's what I want to encourage you to do today. Okay, I'm going to put Ellie down. You want to go take your little nap? Okay. She'll go take her nap, and I bet she'll sleep really well with that nice warm hoodie on. She'll be all snuggled up. Okay, what's going on? Well, bubble bath. No, it was actually Pretty in Pink. I just looked over the new Pretty in Pink. But it easily could have been bubble bath, very easily. Yes, our hairs are almost the same color. Carol Schaefer, good to see you. So in that it's the 30th of October, what that means is any specials or things going on in October are ending tomorrow. So I just want to remind you, all the kits in the kits collection are up to 30% off this month. All kits, including the brand new ones. And I think I mentioned I myself got a second one, my second or third one of those darling pink, the little pink journals with gold dots on the top. I just love those. And they're not 30% off, but they are something off. And so I can't remember specifically, but I got another one of those. So grab some because they make excellent holiday gifts. And you know, I'm going to start something here in my little town. I live in a little town called Escondido, which is north of San Diego, a little bit northeast. And some of you may know this town. It's a suburb of San Diego in the north. And I'm going to start a little cards and coffee and cards. We have a cute little coffee shop that was closed and reopened. And I'm going to go on Tuesday mornings and just make some cards. And I'm going to take kits with me. And I'm going to invite my customers and friends, and anybody who wants to can just pop over on Tuesday morning and just make some cards with me. Nancy, good to see you. I'm glad you made it. So just an idea. And then the biggest thing that's ending tomorrow, which I want to make sure you all, if you have never gotten the starter kit, if you are not a demonstrator, please snag it today or tomorrow by midnight Mountain Time, the starter kit special. So let's see, $56 in free Stampin' Up product of your choice. You get $155 in product of your choice for only $99. And it all ships free. It's a wonderful, wonderful deal. No obligation. If you want to continue later on after a period of months, there's a time where you have to have some minimums, but it's not even a big deal. You know, you can just join. If you want free product, it's the best way to get it. And after you get your starter kit, everything is 20% off. You can't lose. And we've talked about it here. Many of us who are demonstrators have never looked back because it's so much fun. And you definitely don't need to do what I do. Most people are hobby demonstrators, which means it's your hobby. It's just for your fun. And I love that. That's how I started. Okay, online exclusives. We're going to talk a lot more about those on Friday, starting Friday. But this beautiful one, Marbled Elegance, I just want to show you because if you do get the starter kit, you can put these items in as part of your starter kit. And I'm sure they go live on November 5th. And I have a feeling some of these beautiful things are going to sell out fast. They'll come back, but what it means is, they might be out for a period of time. Kathleen from Australia, good day. Thank you so much. Glad to have you, Kathleen. And then I just want to say one little tiny thing. I don't have it totally planned out yet, but today what we're going to use, thank you. Today we are going to use the, I want to get the name exactly right, the Season of Green and Gold papers, the green and gold suite. I want to get Graceful Greenery. Greetings of the Season is the sweet name, and we're going to use that today. And I have been playing around. We're not making it today, but I want to show you something I've been playing around with. Here is one of those bags that they might be new online exclusives. In fact, I think they are. Probably all of you have not seen them. Let me look right here. Gift bags combo pack. Yes. And this is the larger one, and there's a smaller one. There's no flap or anything, and no handles. But I took the Greetings of the Season suite, and I decorated my bag. And let me get my glasses on. Hello, Vicki. Okay, she has PT in a few minutes. Okay. So I decorated my bag in the Season of Green and Gold paper. I cut these things out with the dies. We're going to use some of these today. But what I wanted to show you is I had wanted to make an advent calendar. I know it looks odd for an advent calendar, right? But what I did is I took 25 envelopes and I covered them with different papers from the Season of Green and Gold papers, Greetings of the Season. I used the alphabet a la mode dies to put the numbers on. And then I have, and this is really with regard to my faith gals who love the faith creation sets. Let's take number one, envelope number one. And I have Bible verses, scripture verses that have, hi Colleen, that have scriptures that are an Old Testament verse about the Advent and the New Testament fulfillment. And so what I did is I printed these on basic white cardstock and then stamped them so that, and there are 25 of them, so that they create an Advent calendar. So I made up this fun little Advent calendar. I have to look and see. Pam, good to see you. So I made up this cute little Advent calendar with the envelopes and stuff. I'm not really sure exactly how I'm going to market it in a way, because it takes some product to be able to create it. But I know that many of you might like the verses. And so I'm thinking about exactly how to teach it to you. So if you're interested in my little Season of Green and Gold Advent calendar, email me or leave me a comment here that you're interested, so that when I figure out exactly what I'm going to do with it, whether I'm going to make it into a class or just a PDF or just the verses, I will know if you are interested in it. I think it's kind of fun. I'm really excited about it personally myself, and I had a lot of fun putting it together. So if you're interested, just let me know, and then I'll have your name and I can contact you about it. Xiomara, good to see you. Okay, are you ready to see what we're going to do today? Let me turn you down. And we are going to be using this beautiful suite of products, and I printed this out because they're online exclusives. So what that means is they're not in any calendar. But I want to make sure that you know what they are, and you can get them online if you like what I'm using today. So we're going to use, well, actually, we're not going to use the Season of Green and Gold specialty paper, but I just showed it to you. And I'm going to show you, well, here's a card. This is not today's card, but this is a card I made similar to the Advent calendar envelopes, using this beautiful specialty paper. And one side of it is like a green and white type of pattern, and the other side is a gold pattern. So that's why it's called green and gold. And these are some of the beautiful dies cut in gold foil, and then this is the inside. So I just really wanted to feature this beautiful suite. So it comes with the Season of Green and Gold. I want to hold it up here so you can really see it. Specialty Designer Series paper, and it usually means specialty just means it has gold with it. And then it comes with the Graceful Greenery Vellum, which we're not using today. This is all available in my online store. The Golden Greenery Bundle. Now we are going to use this today. We're going to use the stamps and we're going to use the dies. The Greetings of the Season Bundle, which is what I use to make this. This is a little tag, and the sentiments are from this bundle. The wide, very vanilla satin ribbon is what I just showed you on my tags. Cherry Cobbler and Pearl adhesive backed berries I didn't use today. But isn't this just a gorgeous suite? And I wanted to, hi Tracy, good to see you. And Georgia, good to see you. I wanted to feature it because it's so pretty. I want to make sure you know it's available. Since it's online, I just wanted to make sure everybody knows and you can see how beautiful this bundle is. Now, I added this ribbon, which keeps going in and out because it is so crazy popular. Beautiful cherry cobbler in red. Thank you, Roz. Satin ribbon. And that's what made this card. But what I wanted to do today, actually, is show you another card and how to use your stamps more than relying on the paper. So this is the card we're going to make today, and it uses these stamps from, and what is the actual bundle? Let me get it, Golden Greenery Bundle, and we're going to use the dies. So this is what we're going to make, and it's I think a little bit less expensive if you don't have to use as much Designer Series paper, but I did add some fun glimmer paper. Now, this is another online exclusive, and I think it's already out. I think it's already available. And the name of this is just, I looked it up today, and it's just Berry Burst Old Olive and White Glimmer Paper. That's what its name is, which is kind of interesting and refreshing. And isn't it beautiful? You get 2 sheets of each paper. Do you see the white? It is, let me put it on top of the Berry Burst. I've already used a bit of it over here on the corner I chopped away. But this is so beautiful. Just need a little sip of my soda. So this is the paper we're going to use today because it's Old Olive, and it goes really well, this particular glimmer paper, with the Season of Green and Gold paper. So let's get started. So again, this is the card we're going to make today, and really most of it is just stamping. So let's get started. Here are all of our things, and here is the Golden Greenery Bundle that we're going to be using. I really love it, but the thing is, it doesn't come with sentiments, so we're adding a sentiment from the Greetings of the Season, another stamp set, the other stamp set in the suite. So let's start. So we've got our card base. My featured color of red that I'm using today is Cherry Cobbler. It's really the Christmas red, I think. Don't you guys, those of you that have been with Stampin' Up! For quite a while, it's really the Christmas red because it's a deep, rich blue red. And we're going to make a long card today. We're going to have it go the long way, which is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And that's going to be our card base. So we want to get that all ready to go. And I'll show you. You can actually see this beautiful ribbon. Look at how beautifully it goes with that, because it is also Cherry Cobbler. Again, my favorite, probably my most favorite thing about Stampin' Up! Is the beautiful coordination. Hi, Hilda, good to see you. So there's our card base all ready to go. And the first thing we're going to do is we are just going to stamp the piece of basic white cardstock that's going to go right on the front of our card. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. And again, we're going to use the Golden Greenery stamp set, and we're going to use Mossy Meadow. These two colors are, well, they're the ones I'm using. But Mossy Meadow is a color that's in the season of green and gold paper, if you're using that to coordinate, if you're coordinating with that. And our beautiful cherry cobbler. So what I've done here is we're going to use this stamp, the one, let's look on here so you can see exactly. This one here, the evergreen, and we're going to use this one of the berries. Now these are two-step stamps, so you actually could use this and fill in with this one, but I am just using this by itself because I like that more lacy, that light look. And again, the outline of the berries and the berries, but you could fill in, but I'm just using the berries themselves. So I'm going to start with Mossy Meadow and the evergreen branches. And what I'm going to do, let me, what am I thinking? I don't have one of my graph papers handy, and I'm not using my glass mat, so I don't want to mark up this, my wood look background. So I'm just going to put a piece of computer paper there. And we're just going to ink this stamp, and then all we do is just go around and put this beautiful green branch, evergreen branch, all over. And it really is so pretty. The only thing you need to make sure of is that you get the ink on all the little branches. And I just was so blown away by how pretty this was when I started stamping it. I guess I'm a little bit low there. Let me get up a little higher. Sometimes it depends on how I have my phone camera there. Okay. Put the green over here. All right. And we're just going to stamp this beautiful branch all over. And we already know that we're going to be putting a sentiment in the center. So we don't need to stamp in the very center. We just need to stamp all around on the outside. And already you can see this stamp is so pretty. I was really just blown away by how pretty it is. And then we're going to go in and add a few more branches to fill in places where it wasn't filled in. Okay, so we're just going to, just to give more oomph to the card. And one thing, for example, you can turn this way and have these two little branches, just little bits poking in there. Okay, that looks pretty good. So there's our Mossy Meadow, and then wait till you see how pretty this looks. We come back in with the little tiny berry stamp, just 3 little berries, and now we can take this away. And we're just going to fill in with these little berries with cherry cobbler ink. And it really takes such shape. It begins to look just gorgeous when you add these berries in. I just couldn't believe how pretty it looked. Very simple stamping. This is simple stamping. And we're just putting our little berries. Isn't that already taking shape? I mean, isn't it just so pretty already? Look at that. And you just get to stamp all over with these little berries, as few or as many as you want. Let's see, I think we might put a couple more down in this area. Maybe one right there and one here. And there we go. Isn't that just so pretty? Just those 2 stamps. Then wait till you see how gorgeous it looks when you put it on the cherry cobbler background. Isn't that just beautiful? And all we have to do is adhere it with some multi-purpose glue. you know, and I just thought, wow, we do so many other things, and we're going to do some die cutting, but we forget how beautiful just stamps and ink can be. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Okay, now let's do a little more stamping, but this time we're going to do our sentiment. And I'm going to continue with the cherry cobbler. And the sentiment I'm choosing, I'm choosing one that's going to fill up the paper. And it's this one right here from the Greetings of the Season. May your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. Isn't that a nice sentiment? And then all I've done here is cut a little piece of cherry cobbler to be a frame and a little piece of basic white here for the sentiment. And if you want the measurements, the cherry cobbler is 2.5 by 3. The basic white is 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. And if I did my measurements correctly, it should fit just right on here. I'm over here inking up my stamp. You really couldn't see it. And the only trick, I say this and then I hope it comes out right. The biggest thing is to line up that may your holiday season correctly with the top of the little piece right there. So I'm going to lean over a little bit, okay? Actually, I'm going to put, well, I'll lean over and see if I can get it just straight. It's a little hard because it's there's a glaring light. There we go. Easy, right? That wasn't too hard at all. Okay. And it then becomes, the sentiment then becomes really the centerpiece of the card. So let's go ahead and adhere this to the red backing, the cherry cobbler background sheet, just like this. And then we're going to do a little fun ribbon, a little ribbon work. Okay. So here's our sentiment. Now I'm going to get out this gorgeous ribbon, which I love this ribbon. In fact, I bought a few extras to have. Hi, Julia. Thank you. I bought a few extra of these. When they come back in, if you really like something, get a couple extras. That's what I've been doing, because especially for the holidays, if I want to use it on cards, I wanted to make sure I had a little extra. So we're going to do a little fun thing with ribbon here. And there is a ridiculous ant. Oh my goodness. I've been struggling with ants in here, and I have no sugar, no food, nothing. And my soda is soda water. Nothing, no flavoring at all. No, it does have a little flavor, but no sugar, nothing. I don't know. Okay. So I'm going to get out a few Stampin' Dimensionals. And what we're going to do is we are going to actually adhere our ribbon to the back of our sentiment piece here. So I'm going to do this little thing. I always think of the little breast cancer ribbon. That's what I want to do behind the sentiment piece. And let me see, I want to make it a little bit longer, make our tails, we can always cut the tails. And then I want to adhere it like this, okay? And what I'm going to do is adhere it to the back. Rather than with glue, I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. So I've positioned it where I want it to be, and I'm going to put the dimensionals on to adhere the ribbon. It's kind of like killing two. That's too funny. I thought the bug was walking across my screen. No, I get these stray ones. It really was. It's a stray ant. I haven't seen one for about 2 days, and then all of a sudden they'll pop up and you don't even know where they come from. And my husband is spraying outside and we don't know. And I took what I think it was is the dog treats, and I took those out. We vacuumed everything. I don't know what the deal is, but we've averted a mass invasion. I can only say that much. So far, We got them early and we just have the strays. Alrighty, enough talk about bugs. Yes, the ribbon is out again, Linda, I know. Keep an eye on it, and when it comes back, grab a few if you really like it. Okay, so I've got my dimensionals all on there. Here's my card. Let's make sure we're going the right direction. And then I can just put this right in the center of the card, right where I want it, hopefully. Nice and even. Okay, just like that. And then I can come back in and trim up my tails like this. I don't know, I just think, not always, but in this particular case, I think it's a nice, it just has a nice little look to it. And now we're going to add a little more foo-foo. Yes, simple can be best. Okay, so now we're going to add a little more fun. That's the simple part, but we have to do some fun stuff, right? Okay, so here are two of the dies from the, I want to say it correctly. I want to get the right name for you. The Golden Greenery die set. These are two evergreen type dies, different sizes. They go different directions. And I'm going to cut some of this old olive glimmer paper. And we could leave the card just the way it is. We really could. Okay, you could totally just leave it like that. It's perfect. But some of us like to do a little bit more. And plus I wanted to show you these beautiful dies and this glimmer paper. So we're just going to cut some of the old olive glimmer paper. I'm going to go back and forth. I'm going to go forward and then back because glimmer paper is a little bit harder to cut through. So it's good to go back and forth. Okay, and that's the only die cutting we're doing today at all. It's just that. And so hopefully it all came out. Yep. Well, let's see. I think it did. Okay, there's one. Yeah, I think they should have come out just right. Perfect. And then one thing I am going to do is go back in with my take your pick tool. There are some little pieces that should be poked out, which make it look much more evergreeny, make the branches a little more separated. Let's see. That one doesn't look like it. Some of them. Okay, that's punching through. I think I have one up there that might not have wanted to punch through. This one here. Come on, little guy. Oh, there it goes. Let's see. I think it makes it look more realistic to have these little guys punched out. You don't have to, but it looks a little more realistic. Well, it is being a little bit stubborn. Okay, there we go. Hopefully. Okay. Let's get them out of there. There we go. Okay, so there's one. And let's check this one and see if we have some little pieces that need to come out. Like I mentioned, glimmer paper is just a little bit harder to die cut. That's why I went back and forth twice. Alrighty. I'll just move that. And now what I'm going to do, one thing you might have noticed when I put the dimensionals on behind the sentiment, I tried to get them mostly in the center. I didn't put them on the edges because that allows me to tuck my leaves in, which I like to do. I like to tuck little things in behind. Okay, we've still got a couple of spots that didn't poke out there. Okay. Then I'm just going to put, excuse me, little dots of glue in the center here, down the middle. No need to really work on the edges. You don't need to have glue on those little edges. Just down the center, just a little bit. And this is the smaller of the two branches. I'm just going to tuck that one in like that. And this one, earlier when I made my sample, I trimmed it off down here because it's kind of long and I didn't want it to look exactly even, you know, like that. I wanted it to look a little different, not so exactly perfectly even. And so I trimmed the little bottom off there, and then we're just going to tuck that in up above, just to add a little interest. And just tuck that baby right in there. Okay, and now I mentioned this the other day. Thank you, Tracy. When I'm doing my Christmas cards, I really do like to use sequins or something flat as an embellishment, because otherwise, if you want your card to look nice when the recipient gets it, you would want to put a piece of cardstock over the top to protect the embellishments from poking through the envelope, and so on and so forth. So if you use flat during the holidays, I like to use the flat embellishments. So I'm using, I think these look pretty good, adhesive back shiny sequins. I don't think this is Old Olive or anything. I think it's probably Lemon Lime Twist, but I think it looks pretty good on here, so I decided to use these. Now the only thing we have left to do is something for the inside and the envelope, because when we open the inside, whoops, we have to do something, right? Okay, so here is a piece. This basic white piece that we used on the front is 4 by 5 1/4, and this one right here is the size I really like to use for the inside of cards, and that is 3 3/4 by 5. So let's get our pretty stamps back in, and we're just going to stamp around the edges again. I should have brought a piece of my grid paper, but I didn't. So I'm just going to put that behind, and all I want to do here, not too much, just a little bit of bordering. Pull that up. And I'm just going to put a sprig here and a sprig here. Just like that. Not a lot, because you're going to want to hand write, or you might want to put a smaller sentiment in there from that beautiful sentiment set. And then we need to add some of our darling little cherry cobbler berries. So just put a few of those in. Isn't that just so pretty? I'm just loving this combo. That is just in itself so pretty, I think. And then all we need to do is then adhere this to the inside of our card. Just like this. And if you wanted to, you could have stamped another, I do not stamp a sentiment directly on a large piece like this, because I would be too concerned that I would have it be crooked. So if it were me, and I usually, not always, but usually hand write my sentiments on the inside. But if I was going to put a stamped sentiment, I would put it on a separate piece and cut it out punch it with a punch or a die. And then our envelope, we can carry the same theme through on our envelope, of course. And I think actually this is going to be really pretty on the envelope for even the postman. We could even cheer up the postman with this pretty branch there. I kind of stopped using my glass mat just when I'm with you guys, because my bracelets made a loud noise. They kind of made a clang because I always wear my bracelets. But as soon as I'm done, I go back and put my glass mat up, because I love my glass mat. I really do. Okay, there we go. So this is today's card, and it was pretty easy peasy, don't you think? Not hard at all. Mostly stamping, and you could have done the whole thing. You could even do it without the ribbon, and you could do it without the die cut glimmer pieces. It's that easy to do. And a beautiful, beautiful stamp set. And it's part of the suite, Season of Green and Gold suite. I think if you don't have it, it's an online exclusive. I think you will love it. Okay, let's turn you back up now. There we go. Okay, so for today's prize, the prize from last week, thank you guys. Oh, Arizona. How chilly is it in Arizona? Diane, how chilly is it? When you say chilly, over here today we're at 73. So what is your temperature there in Arizona? Colleen, thank you. Okay, so the card for today is very appropriate with tomorrow being Halloween. Kind of a Halloween thank you card that we made a week ago, last Wednesday. This was our card and prize. And our winner from last week is Tina Lesson. Tina, congratulations. One of my faithful followers. So many of you are very faithful, and I so appreciate it. I really do. So I got everything mailed out the other day up until now. So everything is in the mail. If you had been awarded a prize up until even today, they all went in the mail the other day. So you should be getting them if you don't have them already. So Tina, congratulations. I'll get this out to you. And for next week, what is my prize for next week? I had something here. Oh, yes. So I do have a few extra, not of the red ribbon, but of the beautiful vanilla and black checked ribbon. I have a few of those, and so that is our prize that will be awarded next week. So if you put the word prize, you'll be entered to win in my little drawing this very vanilla and black checked ribbon, which we used on this card right here. It's really one of my favorites, and it looks so pretty with cherry cobbler too. It's a beautiful ribbon to use for the holidays. So put the word prize if you want to be entered to win this beautiful ribbon. Okay, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm going to be making lots of Christmas cards from now forward because this is the time we need to get them made, to get them in the mail, ready to go when it's time, right? So that's my goal, is to help you with ideas for your holiday cards. Okay, have a great rest of your week.